This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 868, The Way Out of Your Comfort Zone, and Find Your Inner Silliness by Leon Logothetis of leonlogothetis.com, and I'm your very own personal narrator, Justin Malik, reading to you from some amazing blogs and books to help you optimize your life. So today's two posts come from Leon Logothetis, who has multiple books out, but might be most well known for his documentary series on Netflix called The Kindness Diaries, where he relies on complete strangers to house him and feed him as he travels around the world. But he doesn't just take, he's not always taking. You'll have to watch the show to see what I mean, but do have some tissues handy if you do. And before we get to his two posts, hiring, ZipRecruiter has revolutionized how you do it. Their technology identifies people with the right experience and invites them to apply to your job. They find great candidates for you. Try it for free today at ziprecruiter.com/old. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now let's get right to the posts as we optimize your life. The Way Out of Your Comfort Zone by Leon Logothetis of leonlogothetis.com. Quote, "Your comfort zone is not a place that you want to remain in. Dare, discover, be all that you can be." Catherine Pulsifer. I find that many of us, myself included, get stuck in the dreaded comfort zone of life. We tend to settle for less. Why? I think the answer to this particular why is fear. Well, it's time to take our fears and replace them with inspiration. Inspiration to live our lives as fully and intensely as possible. Here are 5 ways to get started on your new inspirational and comfort zone-free journey. Number 1, am I even in a comfort zone? I find that the answer to this question can be simply answered by acknowledging whether we are challenging ourselves. If we are not challenging ourselves, then we are most probably in our comfort zones. This means one thing and one thing only. We must escape. I remember working as a broker in the city of London and not realizing I was in my comfort zone until I watched the movie The Motorcycle Diaries. As I watched the romanticized version of Che Guevara's traveling across South America, relying on the kindness of strangers, I realized that my life was far too boring and far too normal. I plotted my escape soon after. Number 2, what would it take to get me out of my comfort zone? Everyone is different. For some, driving around the world on a yellow motorbike is being in their comfort zone. For others, driving an ambulance is in their comfort zone. When you find your comfy spot, jump out of it. When your palms get sweaty and your heart rate increases, you know you have found your way out of the zone. It's time to jump. Number 3, put 100% of your soul into your new comfort zone-free adventure. When you're trying to find a new path, it's imperative that you put 100% commitment into it. There is no point in dipping your toes out of your old way of life. It's all or nothing. Put all your heart and soul into your new life challenges. Whatever you choose as your jumping off point, make it high and make it worthwhile. Go for it. When I left my secure job as a broker, I had to commit 100% to my new life. There was no turning back. If I had chosen to go back, it would have been with my tail between my legs and my dreams of a new life in tatters. Number 4, never give up. When we embark on something life-changing, there are often bumps in the road. Things don't always go as planned. In fact, they very rarely do. Something uncomfortable is going to happen, and the first reaction is to run back into our comfort zone. Don't do it. Keep on going. Never give up. You will reap the benefits, I promise. An example of never giving up was when I was rebuffed multiple times by book publishers. No one wanted my books. I thought they were quite good, but the big wigs disagreed. I could have given up. Trust me, I wanted to. But I kept on going, and a chance meeting one day enabled me to get my first book published. If you want something badly enough, it will happen. Trust. Number 5, bask in your own personal glory of a job well done. By escaping from your old ways of staying small and staying safe, you have found new fuel to create inner greatness. Always remember that you can jump into new adventures by simply taking a risk or two. These risks will create new ways of living. And when you create new ways of living, you are stretching. And when you are stretching, you are no longer in your comfort zones. A job well done. And I have another post from him, but first, thank you to ZipRecruiter for keeping this podcast going. It is not easy to find great talent. I've struggled with it myself when I was looking for audio editors and more. But ZipRecruiter learns what you're looking for, identifies people with the right experience, and invites them to apply to your job. These invitations have revolutionized how you find your next hire. In fact, 80% of employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site in just one day. And ZipRecruiter doesn't stop there. They even spotlight the strongest applications you receive, so you never miss a great match. The right candidates are out there. ZipRecruiter is how you find them. And right now, my listeners can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to ziprecruiter.com/old. That's ziprecruiter.com/OLD. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Find Your Inner Silliness by Leon Logothetis of leonlogothetis.com. Quote, if you carry your childhood with you, you never become older. Tom Stoppard. I have had enough. I've had enough of people telling me I should stop being spontaneous and silly, that I should grow up and take things more seriously, that I should stop enjoying my life, and that I should be more serious. F off. There are way too many people out there who follow the rules, live by the norms of society, and do things that everyone else deems appropriate. I'm sorry, but doesn't that sound rather boring to you? If it doesn't feel boring to you, it feels inane, and that's the perfect recipe for boredom to me. I would much rather be donning a Darth Vader mask and fighting Chewbacca in the deserts of California. What about having cake fights with your friends in Palm Springs, or maybe a spot of skinny dipping in the Hollywood Hills? It's time to break free from your chains. It's time to leave behind society's norms and live a little. It's time to make a run for it. My friends, it's time. I always used to complain life was passing me by, that others were destined to live fully and that I was going to be perpetually sullied with mediocrity, my soul crucified in the search for equilibrium with my fellow man. That way of life destroyed me. It burnt out my spirit. Thankfully, I found my way out. I found my inner silliness. At first, I wasn't sure what to do with it. How can I be silly and still be seen as a normal, upstanding citizen of the world? Then it hit me. What's the point of being an upstanding citizen of the world if you are dying inside, if your inner light is slowly being starved? It became clear that the way for me and others to tap into their truth was to reconnect with the child we once were. The child that was carefree and full of hope and passion. The child that didn't mind if someone looked at him and said, wow, look at that weirdo in a Chewbacca mask. Maybe that child looked at the guy in the suit and said, wow, look at that weirdo in a suit. Now, don't get me wrong, if you wear a suit, you're not a weirdo. What I'm trying to say is that losing the innocence of childhood is a travesty in itself. If we lose that sense of adventurousness, a part of us dies a slow and painful death. It really is time to go bonkers. I suggest you visit the site shop.starwars.com, buy 2 lightsabers, 2 masks, then turn on the video recorder, post it on Facebook, and let it all out. Let it go. Have fun. Your little child inside will thank you for it. You just listened to the posts titled The Way Out of Your Comfort Zone and Find Your Inner Silliness, both by Leon Logothetis of leonlogothetis.com. Feel free to share those Star Wars videos with me. You can post them in our Facebook group. I'll leave it there for today. I hope you're having a great Friday, and I'll see you over the weekend where your optimal life awaits.
Hey, this is Dan from the Optimal Finance Daily podcast, which is a lot like this show, except more focused on personal finance. Justin handpicks the best posts he can find from blogs and authors like Ramit Sethi, Mr. Money Mustache, and more, and I read them to you 5 days a week. So if you enjoy this podcast, come on over and subscribe to Optimal Finance Daily too. And together, we'll optimize your financial life.
You've been listening to Optimal Living Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode and head to oldpodcast.com. That's OLDpodcast.com for a free gift as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.